All right, man. Shalom.
Shalom.
We the real Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America, aka Babylon, and to prophesy the upcoming kingdom to come that's never going to fail or falter. Yasharala, also known as Israel. And we're going to give all infinite honor, praises, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakabadash.
double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And to the other Akim out here pushing his truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. We almost out of here, man. And you would think that the signs of the times will be obvious to everyone because everybody has access to the news stations. Everybody has access to the World Wide Web. And Esau's devilish ass is publishing these things before your eyes. It comes down your news feeds without you even asking for it. But the people just can't see. Our people just can't see. The other nations accept it and they know what's going on. But they have faith in this system and they think that they're going to be able to ride it through. Our people have so much faith in this system more than other nations that they don't even look at these articles that's coming across their news feeds. The coming famines, the coming race wars, the coming protests. They had I think that was in Boston. Don't quote me on that. Came across my news feed today where the white supremacists were marching through the subways. They was deep, man. Okay. This is the birth pains of the end. We're here. You have heathens. You have non-believers that saying, well, what you guys are saying is true. All right. Now they're stubborn and they're unfaithful, but a fact's a fact. You can't get around it, man. You can't get around it. And we're living at a time where the prophets are pointing things out before they happen. Now today is Sunday, July the 3rd. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. It's going to be a whole lot of noise. A lot of guns are going to be out, all these fireworks and all that. But today, that dude, Jalen, whatever his name is, his murder tape was released today. Now, when Esau releases these tapes and they depict the actions that actually happen and you don't have to read about it, that's what Jake pays attention to. They don't pay attention to articles. You have to read it. They want to see something that you can look at. They like pictures with books. All right. Jake liked the picture. You remember the pop-up books when we were growing up? That's what they like. That's what gets their attention. The new pop-up books is video. So they're going to see these videos where this Jake had his back turned and he was running away and he got shot 60 times. So tomorrow may not be as pleasant as people think it's going to be. It may be just the new round of protests on the 4th of July. So it's going to be a bang. And even if these protests don't happen specifically with this Jalen guy, they're coming down the pipeline regardless whether you like it or not. The Lord is working, man. The Lord has pulled up. And we're going to pull scriptures to prove what I'm saying because what I'm saying is scripturally backed. Bring out that second Ezra, the 9th chapter from the top. Baba Kashah.
This second Ezra is 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
So he's telling you to look at the prophecies and to look at the times that you're living in and make equations, okay? And make correlations, connect the dots. Go on.
And it reads, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So when you see these prophecies come to pass, when you see the beginnings of these prophecies come to pass, and you see that snowball effect, know that the Lord has poured up. And I'm gonna use y'all's language because that's what y'all understand. The Lord has poured up. The one that you ignorantly call God, the one that you ignorantly call Jesus, who was Yahweh Hashem Yahushua collectively, he's poured up. He's here. Go on.
Verse 3, and it reads, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Uproars of the people. Now that's going into protests. And that's not localized here in Babylon. That's not localized here in America. It's protests going on globally throughout the four winds. Why? Because we're spread and scattered throughout the four winds. But we're in the seat of the devil. and it's going to be more fireworks, so to speak, in America, in Babylon. Okay, now the protests that's coming up, they're going to lead to something bigger than they did in 2020. It's hate that fucking shit, man. It's going. That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be no signs. It's going to be gunshots. It's not going to be fireworks. It's going to be AR-15s fireworks, man. You're going to have people that are Americans and believe in the Constitution, but they have different doctrines and they have different views. And when they hit the concrete, like they say, when the rubber hits the road, they're going to forget everything that they grew up with. They're going to forget about that little unity and whatnot, because let me tell you this. What happened to that guy, whoever he was, Jalen, whatever it is, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that, because you have food famines. You have the pro-abortion people against the anti-abortion people. You have the white supremacists against the, I wouldn't say black supremacists, but the white supremacists standing up because they feel like their kingdom is in jeopardy, and it is. You're at your time of rulership is at an end.
I got your precept.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 13:4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains represents the nations, all right, throughout the planet. But it's a multitude of nations here in America, all right? It's a melting pot, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise. A tumultuous noise means when somebody kicks up to a tumult, they're kicking up dust. Problems are coming in the atmosphere, okay? Of the kingdom of nations gathered together, the Lord of hosts mustered up the host of the battle. And like the brothers going in, a nation divided. You got these people over here politicking about the people over here on the other side. All right, and it's just a matter of time, and these people coming out here with these protests to everything's just gonna, like you shake a bottle of Coca-Cola and it's just gonna burst. All right, how many times do so-called black man have to get shot unarmed before the people start rioting like they did in Watts? In what that was in the 60s and 70s. All right, that's about to happen in these last days. But the thing about this one, this is going to be the greatest riot, the greatest and the last riot and civil unrest that's about to go on in this end time prophecy. But when these next round of mass protests and people coming in the streets, they're going to turn bloody through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. It's about to get nasty. Because the Yahweh Shema Shai is mustering up the battle. He's mustering up the battle with the kings on the earth. Then when you go down to the lower levels, the people of the earth who are living according to different philosophies and looking at different views, especially here in America, it's just a matter of time before their heads crack one another. You got it, brother.
Give me that second instance, 15 to 15.
I got you.
I get it.
Okay.
This is our second Ezra.
Hey, can you hold second Ezra 6 and 24?
Chapter 15, verse 15.
Go to 14.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
So it doesn't say woe to America. It says woe to the world, because these things that's happening is happening globally. It's not just a diesel shortage in America. It's not just discourses going on in America. It's going on globally. When you look at the other nations across the four winds, they're going through a lot of governmental protests as well. The people are not agreeing with the powers that be, because the powers that be, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, their time has come to an end. The people don't know it, but they're ready for a new government. They don't realize, they don't know what they're bucking up against and what they're actually asking for. They're asking for the Constitution that was to come back through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay?
For the sword and their destruction draws nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another.
Stop right there. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, but it's going to start up with one people arguing against another, one people having discourses against another, and it's ultimately going to end up with one people shooting another people.
One people protesting against the views of the people over here, and they're over here protesting, and they're both in front of each other's face protesting. It's just a matter of time before these prophecies hit full force. All right, and they're going to use these swords in their hands.
What is America known for? America is known for picking up guns when they can't talk it out. Man, what is Esau's blessing? The sword. He's not going to get biblical. He's not even going to get philosophical and political. He is going to get bloody because he'll rather take out everybody with him before he lets somebody else come and take into power, before it to be a transition from his kingdom to another. He'll rather press that button and let everybody die. So that's how the kings think that's ruling this place, the upper echelon, the elites. And as the king thinks, so does the people. So these peon crackers, these low-level crackers, they're going to get their AR-15s, they're going to get their Glocks and their Rugers and their AKs, and they're going to try to shoot their way back into prosperity. They're going to try to make America great again with the bullet, because that's how they took America from the first place.
That's how they made it great in the first place, with the sword. All right, and it say, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
And swords in their hands. So that's talking about the modern day gun. Everybody got guns in America. You have more guns in America than you have people. And Esau teaches his children from a young age to pick up that gun and to handle it accordingly. And they know how to handle it. That guy Kyle Rittenhouse that did that shit in 2020, he was a fucking kid, man. But he stood on principle. He stood on his.
Hey, they don't say gun, they say firearm.
Bring out your precept, brother.
Esau was like, yeah, I got my firearm.
Matter of fact, go to verse 16.
All right. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Stop. So there should be sedition amongst men, invading one another. So they are going to get their guns and they're going to push the other people back. They're going to be like, you're not going to get ground against us. You believe this. And that's demonic. That can't be right. That's anti-constitutional. That's anti-American. And they're going to push back and they're going to fight. And guess what the other side is going to do? The same goddamn thing, man. And it's going to be a lot of blood, and it's going to be a lot of chaos, and it's going to be a lot of confusion, because America is the house and it's the birthplace of confusion, man. It's a confusing place, man. You can come to America and do all the shit in the world. You can go to America and go into a Christian church and two men can marry. Okay? This place is fucked up, man. Read on. Wait. And it says, read that first part again.
They shall not regard their kings and nor princes.
Read it again.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Now the kings and the princes represents the government. They disagreeing with the government and the Constitution. The reason that the what's that? The First Amendment? No, that's the Second Amendment. Don't quote me on that. I think the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, and the reason that was written up is because if a tyrannical government propped itself up and it was tyrannical against the people will be able to fight back, and that's what's ultimately going to happen. These protests are going to be constitutional according to Esau's laws. What's they saying? Don't tread on me. And speaking of the 4th of July, that's what that was birthed out of. It's a British flag up here, right now, where we sitting at. So they
British, a Spanish, and a French flag.
Con.
And what that is,
three horns plucked up.
The three horns plucked up. What scripture that is? Daniel 7. The three horns plucked up.
Either Daniel 7 or 8 or 9. One of the three.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, but so the 4th of July would be a prime time for the people to stand up against the government, because the police represent what? The government. And when they was doing this 4th of July thing and they was fighting for their independence against the British, they were doing so because the British were tyrants to them. And they had guns, and they was like, man, we don't got to do this. We can do our own thing. And that's what the people of America have in their mind.
And that's what people definitely of Texas have in their mind. People of Texas already tried to break away from America. And they say, if you come to try to disown us, there will be a civil war. You have mayors, government officials in Texas that have said that.
Yeah, they had sheriffs in Texas going against the kings and the princes, the government. Okay,
Yeah.
and those people are still in power, and that spirit is spreading. And the Lord is doing these things, and it's beautiful. And it's just going to be a beautiful time for the men of the Lord to get popcorn, sit back and watch, because we're not getting involved with that. That's not our fight. Our job is to prophesy these things, to report these things. You understand?
Spiritual forecast.
That's right, man. That's
Yep.
right. You got to the rest of no, keep going, huh? And the actions, I mean the course.
All right, all right. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
So when these things happen, they're not getting locked up. It's not going to be any direct ramifications.
when you have a riot amongst the people, look what happened in Watts. Look what happened in during the time of what's that guy? Can we all get along? Rodney King. When he when they had those Rodney King riots. All right, everybody's action was in their own hands.
Yeah, the police were called off in that area.
Yeah, so people was just doing as they wish. You see people going to stores, looting. All right, and I looked at a clip about the riot. They say the most violent crimes during the time of the riot wasn't in the city where the riot was going on. You had guys that was on the outside of the city. They were going around killing baby mothers, killing beasts that they had, because you have what you call opportunists. When they see things go, things go in uproar, opportunists take advantage of those things. And what do? They go do all type of things, and their actions is going to stand in the power of their hands, man. All right, that's what's going to happen when these next mass protests and these people come in the street, especially if they protest this guy that just got shot 60 times. All right, it's going to turn violent.
They hit at him 90 times, but they actually hit him 60 times, man. Man, that's crazy, man. You would think they was trying to kill a fucking elephant, man. But it is what it is. That's the hate. That's that perpetual hate that Esau had. Them white boys be having fun when they be doing
That's some accuracy right there.
Well, he wasn't that far. And a lot of the white boys, man, the cops, they go to shooting ranges. They get all type of.
I mean, that's part of their training.
Yeah,
that's mandatory.
Now, what the part that we know and most people don't know, when they killing a nigga, they saying yeehaw. They enjoying that shit, you know. And that's what's gonna kick off these riots that we're reading about in these prophecies, man.
Right.
All right. More things like that are gonna keep happening until the race relations just explode. All right.
And what's ultimately gonna happen is
that nigga, he doing too much. I mean, what the fuck?
Jake be wanting the fucking attention. But Jake's like that gonna get all the attention that they looking for, man. They're gonna get all the attention that they looking for. Jake always wanna be motherfucking seen, man. Wanna be heard, and they ain't got shit to say. You know?
Why is Earth and Ashes proud, man?
Bring it out, brother.
The second Ezra 6:24. At that time, shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
Stop right there. So you're going to have Republicans going against Republicans. You're going to have Democrats going against Democrats. You're going to have so-called black men going against so-called black men, so-called white men going against so-called white men because of what? Give me Matthew 10:34, one of y'all. Give me Matthew. He holding the precept. He didn't fuck about it. I get it. Go ahead. It's all prophesied, man.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34.
This stuff not happening by mistake, man. The Lord is doing this.
Think not that I've come to send peace on earth.
Now, the scripture that the elder brother is reading is written in red, which means that our beautiful and great King Yahweh said, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. What did he say, brother?
Think not that I've come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
So he came to divide. And he knows that the world is already divided because that's the way that's the spirit that he programmed them to have. So he didn't come here to have unity. He came here for this place to be divided. A kingdom divided can't stand. He came here to separate people. He came here to give people different trains of thought. He came here to give people different doctrines with the same book. Man, I don't have the actual physical Bible in my hand because I'm using my phone. But you know how many doctrines are birthed out of this one book, man? And it gets bigger than the book under the sun, okay? Because you have people that feel like guns should be controlled. You have people that feel like a woman can do what they want with their body. You have people that feel like the white man not supposed to be in power. You have people that feel like they shouldn't take the jab.
You got cops that feel niggers should be fair game. We should be able to kill them down in the streets with no repercussions. They really feel that way.
And it's a plethora of other things that's used as divisive tactics. The Lord is a tactician. He doesn't play checkers. He plays chess. And if it's a game higher than chess, that's what he plays. And he's not playing, man. The Lord not playing, bro. Y'all playing, man.
I hear the Father say the blood is going to come up to the horse's bridle. So I hear the Father sent these prophecies out before time, and these prophecies bring in lamentation, mourning, and woe. Yeah, all right. So, man, when you have people in great numbers, mass protests, guess what? That's a recipe to have mass death, man. Our Heavenly Father is doing these things by design, man. And in the coming days, you're about to see people hit the streets like they was in 2020 with the BLM and with the tranquilizer protests and all that. All right, when it happens this time, heads gonna roll.
It's gonna sound like this. You know what's behind us? This is how the protest gonna sound. Yeah. And people are, and you, like the brother said, you got opportunities. When these things are going on, guess what else gonna be happening? Jake's simple ass is gonna run into the grocery store. He's gonna run into the corner store. He's gonna run into the mall. He's gonna try to get him some J's. He's gonna try to get him some liquor. He's gonna try to get him some choice cut meats. You understand? He's gonna go into the gun stores.
Think about when those people came down there to protest with Donald Trump. Man, that was like 20, 30,000 people. All them motherfuckers were strapped. They were down there in the nation's capital with their guns
They
out.
was actually ready to overthrow the government.
Hey, that was a fucking army, man. So just imagine the day all these people come out and the Most High let these angels let the four winds go, all right? And these angels is holding back destruction, and these spirits jump on that multitude of people. Guess what's going to happen? Blood's about to flow in the streets.
Go back to 715, Bob. I want to make a point real quick. We just brought something up. Go back to this one in the course of their own actions. 15 and 15. It might be 15 and 16. In the course of the actions, go right there.
All right, you want me to read the whole verse?
Go to in the course of the actions.
All right. And one people shall stand and fight against another with swords. Oh, Salakia. Right here, brother. All right. They shall not regard their kings nor priests, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Why is that going to happen in America? Because, do the numbers, okay? Now, you have well over 300 million people in the United States with guns. Look up the stats for yourself. Don't take my word for it. I'm gonna round it off to 700,000, but it's more like 600 and some thousand police officers in America. You have 700,000 police officers policing 300 something million people. That's why the course of their actions are going to be in their own power, man. That's why it's not going to be any ramifications. And to be honest, I don't see how these motherfuckers lasted so long with numbers like that. But it was set up through the spirit. Babylon had been the golden cup in the Lord's hand.
The Most High was dealing with them. The Most High was on America's side. All right. What would he say? Oh, Assyrian. Give me. This is why. Get Isaiah 10 and 5. All right. This is why. And what did the law say? How can one chase 1,000? It means the Most High had to be against them in the law. Find that scripture. I roughly paraphrase it. Find it. Bring it out.
Isaiah 10 and 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger.
O Assyrian, O American, the rod of my anger. Babylon has been a golden cup in my hand. All right? How about Shema Rashai has been using this damn devil to usher in prophecy. All right? To deceive the nations throughout the 4 winds to do what? Bring them to Armageddon. All right? They're a tool in his hand, like a hammer, a nail, a vice grip. The Habba Shema Rashai has been using this place, so we need certain things to happen in this place. Bring it out, bro.
And who's going to take something out of the Lord's hand?
Nobody can make crooked where Yahweh Shema is made straight.
And the staff in that hand is mine indignation.
God, the staff in the hand is indignation. So he's using America to bring forth his indignation, man. That's why 700,000 American cops can police 300 million people. Plus, because Yahweh Shema is with them. You found that precept? Bring it out.
It's Deuteronomy 32 and 30.
Come on.
How should one chase 1,000?
How should one chase 1,000? Why can't one man chase 1,000? I'll tell you, they had the spirit of Yahweh Shema on them. That's why. Bring it out, bro.
And two put 10,000 to flight.
Get the fuck out of here. Is that naturally? Can that naturally happen?
No.
That's unheard of. The beloved brother Samson killed 1,000 men with the jawbone of a donkey, man. That's unheard of. That's because Yahweh Shema had his spirit on him. All right, when it comes to this so-called white man, and look at us Israelites, man. Us Israelites, and look at the nation of Edom. Hey, brother, what you said when you seen that white boy last night? Look, we can just slap the shit out of him. So how can they overtake somebody like us?
Exactly.
But just our weakest feeble Israelite would slap the shit out of his little ass.
Out of they strongest.
Yahweh Shem out of their strongest. Yahweh Shem had to be with them. Bring it out. It's gonna say that.
Except their rock had sold them, and
come on.
And the Lord had shut them up.
All right, because Yahweh Shem sold us out. All right, he was pissed off at us and he was against us. That's how when you look at these plantations, man, you will have 5,000 slaves on the plantation, and you might have
3 overseers.
Yeah, 4 or 5 overseers over all of those people, man. That's because Yahweh Shema is with them, man. That's why. That's why this is going on. And right now, Yahweh Shema is about to let a demon horde come on the planet Earth and just make it be a free fall around this motherfucker. Mark my words, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema, these mass protests is about to come to an end. All these people coming out with their markers and their posters, walking through the sea. Oh yeah, you know how those news forecasts be. Oh yeah, they're protesting peacefully. Yeah, you have a few bad scenes here, but for the most part, they're protesting peacefully. That shit about to be over with. You're gonna have Jake coming out there, you're gonna have Esau coming out there, and it's about to be Donkey Kong around this bitch, man. You got it, brother.
And look, to back you up, as we are prophesying, any brother that know what gun smoke smells like, and this is the spirit, man. You have fucking gunpowder in the air right now. I can smell it, man. It's in my nostrils.
Popping on them damn firecrackers.
I know it's the spirit. It's the same thing that powers those firecrackers powers bullets, man. It's gunpowder. And it's spiritual, it's symbolic, man. Give me Matthew 24:7, man.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
But stop right there. Now that's going into race wars. Race wars have to happen because the Bible said so. The only reason that you see me and this brother out here prophesying is because we believe what the Bible says, and we don't want to get our ass knocked off, and we don't want to be judged by the Lord in a negative way. We want to be those guys that's in Revelation. That's what it's gonna sound like, y'all. You heard me? That's the Most High giving the special effects to this message, man.
Hey, fucking right. Fucking right.
That's what it's gonna sound like. That sound like 2 different sides, man.
Go. You know how them motherfucking AR be sounding.
Shit, that Glock fast, man.
For real,
when they put that switch on it, and a regular fucking Ruger with a hammer on the back of that motherfucker. As quick as you pull that trigger, man. You know, just imagine hearing multiple guns going off simultaneously. That's what it's gonna sound like, and this is what it's gonna smell like, man.
And those things don't happen in first world countries. You see, America's about to turn into a third world country overnight. That's something unheard of in a first world country. Those people over there in Yemen, those people over there in Syria, and those war-torn countries, they used to this shit. But here in America, that's unheard of. It's about to happen here. Okay?
You too, brother.
And kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places.
And that's what's happening right now. They brought out famines. You people don't realize it, but those trucks ain't running no more, man. They about to stop. Ain't no diesel to fuel them motherfuckers up, man. We was talking to a truck driver yesterday, and he said, I understand that. I know that firsthand. You can't get your fruits, your vegetables, and your meat. You know, Americans love meat. You can't get that, man. Yeah. No, you can't get that without a diesel truck running, man.
You got a question?
You got a question? You can't get that without diesel, man.
Sure.
All right. So we're coming into a time where prophecy has to be fulfilled. The Lord has all these prophecies lined up, and the angels checking them off. Okay, check, check, check. A half of a check. You understand? Because you can still.
Come over here.
Yeah, come on. Here,
I can't hear you, bro.
He's trying to say he's somebody, man. Right, so, and that's a prophecy. He said, "Do y'all know who y'all talking to?" He probably gonna say he the Lord. That's another prophecy, man. All right, now we down to 5%. We're gonna give one more precept. Y'all want to? One of y'all brothers want to pull one? We're gonna end it on your precept, brother. Bring it out.
It's Isaiah.
You have a lot of bugged out guys that will come up to you and look you in your face and say, "I am the Christ. I am the Lord."
And he sees out. He say, "Y'all Israelites," and that's a fulfilled prophecy. Even though he bugged out his fucking mind, everybody know that this Israelite thing is no longer like no longer in a corner no more. And our teachers ain't about to be in a corner no more. This thing is all throughout the 4 winds. Great awakening is here. Bring that out. We're gonna sit down.
Hey man, this they last hurrah, man.
This their last hurrah.
Right. Y'all like noise? Y'all like all that? You gonna get all that you can handle, goddammit. Bring it out, brother.
Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
I will set the Americans against the Americans, the Republicans against the Republicans, the Democrats against the Democrats, the Christians against the Christians. You understand? Even the coons against the coons. Yeah. Bring it out.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother.
And everybody's gonna fight against one another, man. And they're not gonna have their fists. They're gonna have literal swords, literal knives, and you're gonna have a lot of guns. And there's gonna come a point where they run out of bullets. And they
run out of
still gonna be fighting.
It's not gonna take long for them to run out of bullets either.
That's right. And Esau gonna come in, he's gonna clean up that mess, and he's gonna be like, you know what? You have an answer to this. And he's gonna lead you to the Karagma, man. And you people are gonna line up like calf going to a slaughter, like the cows going to a slaughter, and you're going to mark your fate when you choose sides, man. When you choose Esau.
And everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
So it's gonna be global. It's gonna be national. You're not gonna be able to run away from it. Matter of fact, according to the scriptures, it's gonna come to your door. Because when these people are fighting and these trucks are not running and people are not eating, they are going to bust in your door, according to the scriptures, and come take your box of Cheerios. Because you ain't gonna have nothing else other than that old ass 3-year-old box of Cheerios up in your house, man. And they're gonna blow your head out, and they're gonna take your wife out. They're gonna have a good 10-15 minutes with her, and they're gonna blow her head off too, man. All right? And we hope this was edifying. And we're gonna give all infinite honor, praises, and glory to who?
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaRakakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out here pushing this truth into the 4 winds. Keep pushing Akim, Kwam Yasharala. Till next time, Akim.
You're a funny guy.